At the top of the hour, a raging fire at a Huntsville apartment complex. Fire roaring through the roof. This is happening at a complex on Rhyme Village Drive. And that breaking news tops our 4 o'clock newscast this afternoon. Thanks for being with us. I'm Dan Schaefer.
And I'm Marie Waxel. Way 31's Xavier is live at that scene for us this afternoon. Xavier, go ahead and tell us what's the latest.
Marie and Dan, it is a very intense and still a very much active scene right here. I'm going to go ahead and step out of the frame and watch our photo kind of give you guys what the scene looks like here on the back end of the apartment complex. Multiple units are completely destroyed and some flames were burning as recent as 3 to 4 minutes ago. Now, to kind of give you all a little bit of a perspective as far as where these apartment complex where this apartment complex is, it's called the Reserve at Research Park, and it is located behind the Target on University Drive. We got video sent in from residents or from people out here who could see the fire from University Drive. I saw the fire from North Research Park near Bridge Street, and as well as we have residents out here, people out here who said they saw the fire all the way back near the Decatur Bridge and even Huntsville International Airport. When I was actually inside of that apartment complex, it felt like the entire neighborhood was really out there just in shock and in awe of what they were seeing. Those flames were very intense. The smoke was very intense as well. Now, look, we have yet to speak with Huntsville Fire, so we don't know if there are any fatalities, injuries, or what, but we are definitely working to get those answers for you all as soon as we possibly can. Again, one of the more intense scenes that I have ever been a part of, and we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that everyone is safe and sound. Marie and Dan?
Xavier, you mentioned haven't talked to officials yet, but have you mentioned anything to neighbors? Have they talked to you about anybody? Are they all accounted for out there?
Well, Dan, that's a good question, Dan. As far as I'm concerned, I haven't heard of anybody who's miscounted for or anything like that. People say that they kind of stepped outside and they saw the smoke, and again, they just could not believe what they saw. I haven't found anybody yet who kind of saw the thing from start to finish. But again, as soon as I am done with this hit, we're going to go back in that apartment complex and we are going to work to get some answers from neighbors.
Before you go, got one quick question for people who live there. Is there a staging area for people who live there? What's their situation like right now as firefighters are still on the scene?
Well, you know, we kind of got out to the scene around 3:15, and when I got inside of the neighborhood, people were just kind of scattered all over the place. It didn't really seem like HPD or Huntsville Fire yet had kind of really put people off to the side. But as they were starting to work on that fire, maybe around 3:30 or so, you can kind of tell them to get back behind some of the trucks that were, I'd say, maybe 4 or 5 complexes away from where, or 4 or 5 units more so away from where that fire actually took place. Again, just a pretty scary scene out here in this neighborhood. And again, we're just going to work to try to get as many answers as we can.
Xavier reporting live for us. We appreciate it. We will be checking back in with him throughout this newscast.